Hello to all my wonderful subscribers, disciples, fans, viewers. Welcome. This is your Master GongSun. Welcome to another episode of Taoist meditation. The first part is the Cultivation of Realization, compiled and translated by Thomas Cleary. If you have a copy, feel free to follow along. If not, you can just listen to me jabber on. Okay, let's begin. Next part is called Worldly Society. Let's begin. The world is restless. Society is in flux. Society may be orderly or chaotic. In ancient times, it is valuable to be talented and use it openly. In chaotic times, it is valuable to be virtuous and remain concealed. Well, let's dissect it here. Yeah, well, the world's always going to be restless. Orderly or chaotic? If it's orderly, then you should use your talent. But in chaos, it does make sense, right? Because when there's order, you openly use your talent, people won't be jealous. But in chaotic times, you have to be virtuous. Oh, so in time of chaos, be even more virtuous, because then you'll be known as, that honest, generous guy full of virtue. People won't want to kidnap you or hold you for ransom. I'm pretty sure that's what that means. All right, let's continue. When it is young, it is important to study and work hard. When you are old, it's important to take care and be calm. Oh, for sure, because when you're old, you can just easily fall, and you can just die from a fall. I mean, I'm old. I'm pushing 40. Like, my body sure ain't what it used to be. So I know exactly what this part here is saying. I wish I'd worked a bit harder when I was younger, but hey, you go to war with the army you have, right? All right, let's continue. Our human involvement in the world is like crossing a river. Wherever there may be pitfalls where we could drown, we need to know to avoid them. A good horse may be extremely swift, but it always suffers pain caused by dust in the wind. A dividing tortoise may be miraculous, but it cannot escape the ill omen of having its guts ripped out. Okay, well, that's very graphic. Anyway, so it's like our human events. It's like crossing a river, right? And there's going to be pitfalls, places where we could drown. Of course, we need to know how to avoid them. Interesting. A lot of animal metaphors in this chapter. When a bird rises on the wind or chooses a tree to roost, how comfortable it is. But when it is lured into a cage by greed for food, it cannot get free. Now, titles and stipends are the cages of men, right? So we are now lured by titles and stipends, and we are trapped in it. What freedom and ease you have today come from frustrations of former years. How can we know that today's frustrations may not become freedom and ease one day? Oh, I see. This part is particularly poignant and profound, right? We have ease and freedom today, but we struggled for that in the past, former years, right? Look at the U.S. and the American Revolution, right? I mean, the U.S. enjoyed many decades of peace and prosperity after World War II, but that's because they had to struggle in World War II. They had to brave the effort to fight, brave the war, and they had to be even braver during the U.S. War for Independence, right? That was a struggle. But it was worth it because they became free after, and they were able to call the shots in their own country. So that's a very good point. All right, this has been your Master GongSun. As usual, keep living in alignment with the Tao. And of course, think about everything I just said.